Just a couple bad weather fans representing New York, talking all things sports. Man, what could go wrong? We got Alex, who's a fan of the Knicks, and Mike of the Nets. The yin-yang of the tri-state, place your bets on the Yankees, Giants, Mets, or Jets. Yeah, you should listen if it's sparking your interest. If you made a vow to your team, don't break it. Bad weather fans is the relation.
That's right. This is Bad Weather Fans, episode number 147. Mike Biseglia, Alex Benezowitz. Both the Nets and Knicks play. Nets winners. They defeat the Washington Wizards, improve to 12-11. While the New York Knicks stumble, they fall to the Milwaukee Bucks and are now 10-12 on the year. Losers after a back-to-back, defeating the Pistons for the 15th time of the year. Every win the Knicks have had this season is versus Detroit. Yeah. The Nets starting to play a little better basketball, although there's some issues all around, of course. And the Knicks just beating the bad teams, losing to the good ones. And here we are on another Wednesday night. I'm feeling good. Alex, not as much. But it's the Bucks. And I got to be honest, Alex, part of me, I don't usually root for the Knicks. I never do. But if they were going to beat a team, it's Giannis and the Bucks. But you failed me. You failed me bad.
Yeah,
how are you?
Sorry. I'm good. I'm good. Another day, another week, another dollar.
Deep.
But Giannis is just the fucking best player in the NBA.
Second best.
He's the best player.
Second best to Durant.
Who's the first? Durant? No. Durant's not even the top three anymore, dude.
I will say this about Durant.
His top last five, maybe not even either. Yeah.
No, he's playing the best basketball I've seen since what he was doing in the playoffs 2 years ago. He's been that good.
All right. I still would take, we could do this stupid daytime sports talk show thing.
Who would you take over him? Giannis,
Luka,
I get. I'm being facetious there. I get the Giannis point.
Giannis, Luka, Steph, Joker, Tatum, probably.
Okay, that's five.
That's five? Is that five? Yeah,
five.
That's probably it. Yeah.
All right. Split it. I'm just telling you right now. From the
Tatum's you can give or take Tatum, I guess. That's the
Durant
one,
had 39 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He had 45 the night before. He is playing out of his mind good. He's now scored 30 plus in the last 4 games. He's playing. He is killing it right now. I've been critical of Durant. I said earlier in the year when I was like, yeah, he doesn't seem the same. Since Steve Nash has left, he's improved.
He's not waving. I mean, Durant doesn't wave off Jacque Vaughn like Kyrie does, right?
No.
Like he did with Nash also, which is great.
Great.
Good for Vaughn, by the way. Calling the timeout, be like, bro, you are not doing this to me.
That's how you earn respect, Alex. And we'll talk about the Knicks game in a second. I do want to get to that, and we'll talk about the Nets tonight. But truly, that is how you earn respect, right? Like,
stand up for yourself. Yeah.
There was reports that he did this to Steve Nash 10 to 13 times a game, and Jacque Vaughn said, not fucking gonna happen. And Kyrie had a hissy fit. He sat on the end of the bench, and that was the end of it. And things have been fine since. And that's how you earn respect's earned. And it doesn't mean that you're going to always like that person, but respect is different. And I think, it's like, what are you going to do?
Who don't know? Explain to people who
respect
didn't miss it. Explain it to people who missed the whole story.
Yeah. So what happened was, Kyrie had the ball, and a play was called by Vaughn. And he called it off and went to the play he wanted to, basically audibling like a quarterback and saying, this is what I want to do. And Jacque Vaughn called a timeout, demonstrative about it, running up to the refs, timeout. And you can see frustration from Vaughn. You can see frustration from Kyrie. Kyrie then goes to sit at the end of the bench during the timeout, not engaged. And Vaughn makes a sub and brings in Edmund Sumner and makes the switch. And it's like, dude, you're not going to run this team. I am the head coach. You're going to respect my decisions, and that's what we're going to do. And I loved it not because it's like you don't like Kyrie Irving or, none of that narrative. The Nets championship teams respect each other and have to have an understanding for each other and can't be like, I'm going to do everything. Now, if Kevin Durant does that one time, Vaughn's probably not doing that. But because of the circumstance with Kyrie, Vaughn felt that was necessary, and I loved it. And basically, at this point, it's like when Kyrie, it's like Kyrie goes in timeout, and then Sumner comes in. And it's like you're being bad, Kyrie. I'm going to bring in Sumner, and I respect Vaughn for it. And I think if this team wants to do successful things, that's the kind of small detail you remember in the long run.
Yeah, and the rumors were that Kyrie was doing this to Steve Nash all the time, like he said. And there was also rumors that Kyrie was running private, secret practices after the Nash practices that were like his own practices. And, Kyrie said years ago or 2 years ago on the ETC's podcast, whatever that is, with Durant, that we don't need a coach. You know what I mean? Like, they basically told him that they got Atkinson fired because he wanted to coach them and told him to run laps and sprints and stuff. And he's like, yo, fuck this, So, good for Jacque Vaughn, put your foot down. Yes. He was on the bench next to Nash, probably saw him getting treated like he was a little bitch. And
he was.
You're not doing this to me, And Steve Nash is a 2-time MVP, Hall of Fame player, The lack of respect there is wild. So, that's a good start. That's a good sign for the Nets, man. If they can have a hierarchy finally on that team, that's the way to go.
And a last point on this.
It's a start.
It's a last point on this because I thought it was funny because people defending Kyrie on this, right?
Ugh.
And I tweeted about this. I'm not sure if you said, maybe you saw it. I don't know.
Not sure.
It was, people were complaining that Steve Nash didn't coach the Nets, right? Like Steve Nash wasn't coaching the Nets. Now here's Jacque Vaughn not liking what he see, calling a timeout to coach. And it was like, you can't treat Kyrie Irving like that. You have to show some respect for him. Look what he's done in his career. It's going, okay, hold on. So you're mad at Steve Nash because he didn't have any respect, didn't have any control of the roster, was basically doing nothing. Here comes in Jacque Vaughn is doing the exact opposite, and now you're complaining. At that point, I'm like, just you pick how you want to fight things. It's going, no, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to have to build character within the organization. Because Kevin Durant knows for this team to be successful, Kyrie Irving has to be amazing. But he also knows the baggage that comes with Kyrie. Whatever you want to say about him, whatever happens, happens. And I think KD, you've seen glimpses of it where he's giving Kyrie a harder time on the court for plays that aren't made. He's not going to go full on him, but you can see glimpses of it. And I think secretly he goes to Vaughn and he goes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Like I said already, you have to have a hierarchy. We've been saying this on this podcast for now 3 years, 2 years, however long we've been doing this. It's just, you can't just throw some guys out there and expect to win a championship. It's just not going to happen.
Hell no. Hell no.
So maybe that'll work. By the way, the fifth player that I was thinking of that I forgot was Embiid. That was the other guy.
Yeah, he's never healthy.
Yeah, he's never healthy. So yeah, okay. But neither is Durant.
Julius Randle
right now. So
no, hey, KD hasn't missed a game.
November 30th, December 1st, whatever it is when you're listening.
Not gonna say it out loud. Julius Randle's played well. He was 8 for 102 from the field. His value, Alex, I think it's tough for a Knicks fan right now. Looking at the box score, Knicks lose to the Bucks. Obi Toppin plays negative 13 minutes. Julius Randle plays 38.
Your favorite storyline, yeah.
So good. I just like eat it up. But I do believe Randle playing well. I think his value is moving up, or they can make a trade for him. So I would say take that as the encouraging sign, even though you lose to a Bucks team who's without their second best player.
They played well. And the whole thing is now speaking of Nets fans' mental gymnastics and Knicks fan mental gymnastics is, I tweeted about this at Knicks Central today or yesterday, that last year it's like, get rid of Randle, trade him for anything, just dump him, then in the offseason it's like, well, we can't really get anything for him. Let's raise his value, let him play and raise his value. Now he's raising his value and they're like, oh, we shouldn't trade him now. Like, no, you got to dump him. This is like, you got Marcus Morris on steroids. Like, you got to just dump the guy when Absolutely. You can. You might start to like him a little bit, but you have to cut your losses when you can, and get out on top and get ahead a little bit, So that's obvious. RJ Barrett's been playing terribly, but tonight he did really well. What do you have? 27 points. 26 points, 8 of 15 from the field, 8 of 9 from the line. Missed that one of his one free throw that he missed was a big one. He had a big turnover also. It was one turnover the second half. Of course, the big moments. Brunson missed a free throw. Mitchell Robinson missed a free throw. But Mitchell Robinson, man, how about him tonight? 15 and 20, dude. 15 and 20 on your boy Brook Lopez. Dominated him down low, man. That was a sight to see. The Nets all-time leading scorer getting dominated. But Man, the Knicks are, they dropped 140 on the Pistons yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever you're listening to this.
Yeah.
And that's great. The Pistons are a joke. They're the worst team in the NBA. The Cade Cunningham is out for basically the year. Ivy didn't play. They had nobody. You know what I mean? They had Kevin Knox, Alec Burks,
and the Knicks
and
right.
Jalen Duren. It's just what are we doing? So they dropped 140, but people don't realize that they gave up 110. So it's like, yeah, you won by 30, but you still gave up 110 to the Pistons. And then tonight you played really good defense. And Mike Breen said at the end, is like, if the Knicks can just give this defensive effort every night, then they can have a shot, but they don't. They're just chucking threes. They have no offensive flow. Brunson gets a little happy and ball hoggish towards the end of these games and tries to take these clutch shots all the time in traffic. He doesn't care. He's taking the shot. Like, dude, you are not like LeBron or Luka,
or Durant.
Or Durant, dish it, pass it around, move the ball, hit the open guy. You don't have to force it and do this floater, over in traffic, Circumstances, obviously, whatever. Even if he makes the shots, it's still a bad shot, whatever. Bottom line, Knicks are stuck in purgatory, and that's what sucks. They're going to beat the bad teams. They're going to lose to the good teams, and, they could sneak into the play-in because that's what it is. I have a poll question that has to do with that, so let's get that out of the way real quick, Mike.
No, don't say get it out of the poll question is my third favorite segment on this podcast.
Oh, yeah? What's your favorite segment?
Knicks losing.
Obi Toppin not playing over.
And then, Kevin Durant's foot.
What's funny? My favorite Nets storyline. Remember we did this before the season. My favorite Nets storyline was Steve Nash and when he was going to get fired after they wouldn't fire him. And now that storyline's gone. I peaked in November.
Yeah.
That's it. Now it is what it is.
Yeah, no. But, I mean, look at the Nets. The decision. No Udoka. Nash is gone. This is the first time. Now Simmons is hurt, and that's something we'll talk about.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I think in a long time with this or Kyrie Irving situation.
Yeah.
Simmons is hurt, but it's just Nets are 12-11. They're winning games. They'll lose a game here or there. They started 2-6, so they're 12-11, which means they're 9-5. 9-5.
Yeah.
Normal winning with losses.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get me pissed off, Net fans pissed off when you lose to a Sixer team that's, playing Dolan J. Trump at the shooting guard.
Speaking of Dolan J. Trump, he actually had a good question for the show. He texted me today, and I was like,
trade scenario.
Yeah, he said, "Do you think the Mavericks would trade Dinwiddie for Randall?" And I don't know why the Mavs would do that, but the Mavs love ex-Knicks. They just signed Kemba too. They have so many ex-Knicks from Tim Hardaway to over the years, Alec Burks, Porzingis, obviously.
Yeah.
They have a million.
I don't think
there
so.
Too. Yeah.
I don't think so because you're putting, not that Luka and Randall are similar positions. I don't know. In my head, fitting wise, I don't see how that. Yeah. I will tell you this right now. I hope not. I would hate that trade.
Yeah,
I would.
I hate Dinwiddie.
You would reap the benefits of that deal.
At this point.
No way
the Dinwiddie hate has kind of disappeared a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm a little over it, but at the same time, I don't really want him on the Knicks. But at this point, it wasn't like 2 years ago or like fuck no, never. Right now I'm getting a little soft on Dinwiddie, but not Porzingis. A lot of the Knicks fans out there are now starting to post Porzingis clips and things like that. Man, I really kind of miss him. Like, bro, fuck that. What are we doing, man?
When does Washington come to New York?
Oh man, I don't know. Let's see.
Sorry to put you on the spot, as they say.
I'll put me on the spot.
Finally get the Garden to get a little buzz. You know what I mean?
Tonight was buzzing, man.
By the way,
tonight was buzzing.
The last two net games, celebrity wise, Alex can't be bigger than this.
Seinfeld,
and tonight Jay-Z courtside.
Oh, Jay-Z. He's never at Nets games, man.
No, anymore. I mean, talk about like representing your city. Seinfeld and Jay-Z.
Queens and Brooklyn. I mean, yeah.
Queen Latifah was at the game before.
Wait, where's Jerry Seinfeld from? Is he Long Island?
Long Island.
Queens.
Queen Latifah at the game before. I mean, a net game. Mm-hmm. Those are some of those are the three biggest.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't find three bigger celebrities and successful human beings in the world.
The Knicks got, they had Spike Lee, bro. They had Amari at the game today. His birthday or something was going on. I don't know, something with Amari. But the Knicks always had those celebrities, man.
I'm fucking with you. I know what you're saying. When I was at Net
the Wizards,
games, the biggest
January 18th.
January
I don't
18th.
know if it's at the
Okay.
Garden or not. It's home.
Well, that's
yeah,
big. It's a
January
big
18th.
difference.
Yeah, home. Yeah, January 18th.
That'll
home.
be interesting.
Wizards.
You should go. You should go just to yell at him.
Yeah, that's over. That first one, the crappy year, RJ's rookie year when they played the Mavs, his first game back at the Garden was wild. They won that game and RJ had that spin move dunk on Luka, and it was like that place was bonkers. But that was probably the biggest win of the year. Marcus Morris hit the big shot at the end of the game, and it was good. Good times. Good times.
Yeah,
we got our last laugh. We won the trade, even though everybody said they lost. So just shows in time. Trades have a way of working out. Remember the Kwame Brown trade? Kwame for Pau Gasol. Everybody's like, how can you do that? And then the little throw-in was Marc Gasol under the radar. And yeah, the Lakers won 2 championships, but Marc Gasol became one of the best players in the franchise history. So it's pretty even for that trade. So anyway, back to what we're talking about. Knicks poll question.
Yeah, let's do the poll question. Let me hear.
Knicks fans, given the purgatory state of the franchise, do you find this year's games more boring than previous years? Yes, no. Yes, no, I don't care. Let's go Jets or Giants, or I don't care until Christmas with a shrug.
100%.
100% what?
100%. It's more boring.
So, yes.
56% more boring.
Yeah, yes. 45.2%. Yes.
Okay.
39.1%. No. That's the Homer fans. I don't care. Let's go Jets, Giants, 9.6. I don't care until Christmas, 6.1.
Well, why is it more boring?
It's more boring because there's no like hope. Like, oh, if this works out, then you never know. Or like we're building on something for the future. It's just we're just kind of like flatlined throughout the whole year.
Well, how can that be the case if you signed your star in RJ Barrett? Shouldn't you have hope?
This team just makes no sense, man. And RJ played well today. He's gotten better, but he's been really off, man. And they're starting to make up stats to make fun of him online and like make up stats. I'm saying like advanced stats. He's the worst in the league in the VORP or some bullshit.
Yeah,
it's
just like, he was bad in VORP. Yeah,
what?
I'm bad in VORP.
Me and my friends, we always discuss VORP, bro. Like that's just the thing. We bring it up like
I love
all
VORP.
the time. Yeah. So
yeah.
A couple shout outs.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
The Knicks will turn it around and they'll do something to make it more exciting. But right now, this team is just super boring. Tonight was fun in a silo. It was fun. It was a great game. It was fun to watch, exciting. But afterwards, there's no emotion. I'm like, not like, fuck, we lost. It's kind of like, all right, whatever. Next game. Who cares? Looking forward to the Jets Vikings on Sunday.
Well, the Knicks schedule is interesting too, because they're home games, but they're all like good teams.
Right.
Not great. Dallas.
Yeah.
Home Cleveland, who's 14-8, very good.
Donovan.
Hawks, who are meddling around 500, and then at Hornets, and then home Kings, who are excellent. Who have been
Kings
playing
are good,
well.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you the one Knick game I'm looking forward to more than any game coming up in the next month.
Nets.
No, if you were to look at the December schedule, I'm going to name off all these teams. You pick which one I'm most excited about you playing.
Mm-hmm.
Mavs, Cavs, Hawks, Hornets, Kings, Bulls, Pacers, Warriors, Raptors, Bulls, Sixers, Mavs, Spurs, Rockets.
What team are you the most excited to see?
To see your reaction to for after the Knicks play them.
Okay, one more time.
Really? Mavs, Cavs, Hawks, Hornets, Kings, Bulls. Damn it, I hit that. Pacers, Warriors, Raptors, Bulls, 76ers, Mavs, Spurs, Rockets.
Clearly the Pacers. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that your pick?
No, my pick is the Cavs.
You had it right the first time.
Pacers?
I'm really interested. The Pacers are good.
Because of Halliburton and they're passing up on
the Pacers right now are excellent. Halliburton, did you see his stat as 40 assists with 0 turnovers?
Sorry to the experts, the fantasy basketball experts. Sorry to you, because I was mocking them for why is Halliburton ranked so high? I can't believe it. And he is crushing it. And shout out to them.
And the other guy, it was the 6th pick in the draft or 7th pick in the draft. But Benedict Mathurin,
yeah.
He can play, man.
He gave it to LeBron the other night, too,
he can
man.
Play.
Yeah.
He fucked up the Nets a couple of times. He's got like Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell vibes.
He's got swag. He's got some swag.
He's got swag.
Yeah.
The Pacers, I'm telling you right now, I want to see. I don't think they're going to win 55 games. They're going to slow down a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're fun. I might do a podcast with a Pacer fan. Like I'm that Like they were that impressive. So
Inside
that's
Pacers.
the one that excites me. Back to the poll question.
So back to the poll question. So based on that, purgatory, are you excited, bored? These games more boring. Yes, no, I don't care. I don't care until Christmas. Let's go Jets, Giants, whatever. So some shout outs. We have our boy Coonies, of course. More boring. Only bright spots have been Cam, Grimes, and Sims. Embarrassing losses and uninspiring wins. The 17-win season gave more to look forward to than this Tibbs run product. Fun fact, Sims DNP tonight. So
did not
we
play.
have our boy Josh Rodriguez. He's at Josh_Rodriguez. Only yes, because there was a lot of hype going into last season. As a fan base, we were expecting a lot. This year, we knew it'd be this and nothing new or exciting has happened, ... yet. So, okay. Then we have new NY Knicks podcast. Our boys at NY Knicks podcast. No, just as boring as most years.
That's not jaded.
Vic at _Craft Punk with 2 Ks and a K, Craft. Nope. Even if it can get frustrating, I'm still excited to see what our younger players have to offer. Not thrilled watching Randall every game, but he's here for now. Shrug. Then we have a few more at yes, it's me, damn it, with a Z instead of an S. Without an idea of the plan, it's hard to get into this season for me. This is pretty much the theme here. Let's see. Boys in the Big Apple at Boys Big Apple Pod. They have a nice podcast. It's boring to know that your team will only beat the sub 500 and bad teams and lose against the good and elite teams. Not bad enough to tank for a draft pick and not good enough to be a consistent playoff contender. Jermaine Royster at Jay is real. I said no. Wish I could say hell no. If your feeling is that this is boring to watch, then you're a lost cause. Well, call me a lost cause, Jermaine. It's all good. We have a lot. I have a bunch tagged. Do you want to keep going or are we good?
Give me one more.
Let's see. Mad Good Knicks Show at Mad Good KS, big YouTube show. I put yes, and I thought it was just me. I have close to zero interest in this current Knicks team. I barely want to watch them. It's uninspiring basketball. It's the same old stuff. I have never felt this way about the Knicks before. We've always given ourselves some false hope. So that's it.
Could you? All right. So we'll talk about Ben Simmons in a second, but I want to end on this Nick point. Could you imagine? I'd love to. If I could talk to one Nick, who do you think it would be? Like
Obi Toppin.
one current Nick.
Obi Toppin.
I'd love to talk to Obi Toppin and be like, how fast do you want to leave?
Oh,
like how fast do you just doubt about it? Go anywhere else?
Yeah, he's wasting his career.
And then I go, Obi, are you good? I'd love to see you play. I just love it because the other Nick lottery bust. This one is so special to me. The bust is not fair.
He's not a bust because he hasn't a
bust
shot.
Isn't fair. Bust isn't fair. But my other, Knox a bust. Ntilikina a bust. Can you name any more?
Michael Sweetney. No, I'm going back.
Yeah. You knew they were bad. This is
right.
This is you just don't know because of how the roster's constructed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so fascinating to say, like, he is losing valuable time on the court. And I actually do feel kind of bad,
and he's older. He's on the older side too. He's already like 24.
Not bad. Like, millionaire dream playing in the NBA.
Yeah,
he's on the Knicks, which, as much shit as I give the Knicks,
but he's a good guy. You can tell,
they're the Knicks.
He's a good person. He went through a lot in college. He bounced around. He had 2 years at Dayton,
to play.
His big year in Dayton got cut short by COVID. He didn't get to show out at the tournament. It's just there was so many things that happened to him getting through college. He had such a crazy up and down life through that time. And then he finally gets the NBA, drafted by his home team Knicks, thinking he's going to play. And now he can't get into the rotation, even though when he plays really well. Imagine a number 8 pick in the draft dropped in 40 points at some point in one of his first 2 years and not seeing the court consistently the next season. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like Ntilikina never had those moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, just didn't happen. Knox had a couple moments early in his rookie year and then he just fizzled out, so it's wild. So anyway, Ben Simmons is hurt again, calf strain. Out a couple games.
He's going to be reassessed after 3 games. I thought when I was watching him, Alex, that in the game versus not the Orlando game, but whoever the hell they played the game before, that I was like, he just didn't look the same speed. And I thought that then they would bench him on the back-to-back versus Orlando because I was like, something didn't look right. I mean this. And then he got hurt. And I wasn't shocked about it. And when they say 3 games and then he's being reassessed. Let me tell you what happens at that reassessment. They say another 3 games. I've met the Nets. I've met Ben Simmons. Well, I've not. Well, I've literally. Have I met the Nets literally? I don't know. I've not literally met Ben Simmons, but frustrating too because he was playing the best basketball he had all season. I mean, he was starting to really turn a corner, and giving people like you not the opportunity to have quote tweets or that tweet where you put your finger on the picture and you can put something else above it. No, like embarrassing plays, playing well, and really a key component to this Nets team. And so that's really disappointing. And it's just part of the, that sinking feeling in your stomach, like what next is going to happen poorly. The Nets are winning games right now, which feels good. And I'll take that because at this point, for me, I don't have championship expectations. That's kind of been drained, but it just feels good to win, get into this playoff mix and have like a normal regular season where they could win games. Like that's what I'm rooting for. And then you just have these moments like this where Ben Simmons goes down, Utah Watanabe is playing unbelievable, leads the league in 3-point shooting. He gets hurt. It just even when they're winning, it's just injuries are part of season. And I think with Ben's past, you just get this scared feeling of if he's not physically healthy, can he not put it all together? And, your mind goes to the worst. But we'll see what happens after his reassessment.
I feel bad for Ben Simmons, the person, not for the Nets. I'm laughing at the Nets, another problem or whatever. But I feel bad for him.
There's not a problem. It's a disappointment.
No, it's another problem. It's typical Nets over the last couple of years where it's Ben Simmons is a big nothing for an entire season. He doesn't play a minute, and then he's a shell of himself. It looks like early in the year, and then he's finally looking like Ben Simmons, like really looking like Ben Simmons, and now he's hurt.
Yeah.
I feel like I laugh at the Nets, but like I feel bad for Ben Simmons, the person, because he clearly was getting out of the funk he was in mentally and physically, and whatever was going on with him, we'll never really know. And now he's hurt again. It sucks. It's a minor injury, but like you said, you never know. When they say we'll reassess, that doesn't mean that they're going to be back right away. Mitchell Robinson had a reassessment too. You know what I mean? And he was back a couple games after the reassessment. It's just
it's
want to hear 2 to 3 weeks he'll be back. Not like so. But also kind of annoying how it's like for you, I'm sure, as a Nets fan, it's like a strain, like a calf strain. Like you didn't see the actual injury. Like it's one thing if he came down, twisted his ankle. You're like, all right, well, he got hurt. He'll be back. It's like, damn, really, bro? Your fucking calf? Like can you play? You can't push it because you don't know the injury. But it's at the same time, it's like, fuck, it's so like unfulfilling.
I missed it. I was at the game that night, and when he went out,
hop off? Oh, he hopped off in a moment.
I didn't see it. I got to be honest. When you're at the game, it's just a little different. Like you can miss stuff, and I didn't see it. And I thought that and it was the Blazers game. I thought that they didn't go back to him because they went to Cam in that little stretch. I thought it was like just Jacque Vaughn making a statement, and the fucking the internet at Barclays Center is awful. So I'm not. It really? It's so bad. They have Wi-Fi there. I don't know. Maybe it's my phone. I can never.
Maybe it's the structure, the way it's built. All the steel.
It just doesn't work.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. Who the hell knows?
It could be right.
Wireless extenders, but I had no idea. We're trying to figure that out. For my house, I had no idea, and then I saw it, and now the news. But honestly, I saw the news and was disappointed, Alex. But at this point, from so many injury standpoints, I was happy to not see 4 to 8 weeks, or 6 to seriously, at least 3 weeks in a reassessment.
3 months, yeah.
I'll take reassessment.
Right,
it's better than the other tweets I've seen, and I've hand to God, I've got Shams and Woj. I've got them on
alerts,
notify. Yeah. So first of all, anytime someone sends me, did you see the trade? I go, yes. I probably shouldn't have them on alert because when I do see the alert, I go, oh no, like what is it? Please.
It's a weird anxiety from a tweet from Shams and
that it's like, oh, the Spurs are signing G League person. Thank you. Right. That's what I want to talk about. How about this stat from the Nets? Cam Thomas 0 minutes in the first half. He had like 16 and 18 minutes in the second half. Is Jacque Vaughn pushing all the right buttons? Is he coach of the year? Going offense, defense with Nick Claxton, earning the respect of the net roster.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just so bizarre, man. Like it's just NBA in New York is just so, it's just at a weird state. We're in this like weird, it's not, I hate keep using the word purgatory, but both teams are kind of like in this weird, like, are we this or that? Is there's no like defined, like the Nets the last 2 years have been like, yes, we're going for the championship. Like we're going for the title. Let's go. And you had a legitimate shot. Now it's like,
yeah, I'll get, it's
like,
funny because if I say it, it's fine. But if you say it, I'll get defensive. Like in my mind,
right.
Yeah, they're still going for a championship shot. They got Kevin Durant, and I can say it. I can't accept hearing you say it. It bothers me, to be honest. Like if you're saying, "Oh, they don't have a chance at the title," and maybe you catch me after a loss, but
I know what you mean.
But it's like when I hear you say it, it's just I can't accept it. But if I say it, it's okay. It's like the family member thing. So
no,
I'll get a little defense. I'll get a little defensive about that. Ultimately, I don't. The Nets aren't the Celtics. The Nets aren't the Bucks. I get it, but it's just
like you can make fun of your cousin, but some random person can't make fun of your cousin.
No,
no, I get it. Yeah,
no, it's and it's almost like I like KD interacting on social media, and apparently he listens to a lot of net podcasts. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
I don't know if he would listen to this because it's a Nick podcast. Well, I sent him a DM on Instagram, and I said I'd like your feedback of the show. He did not
shoot your
respond.
shot, man. Shoot the shot. That's it.
Yeah, I wanted his feedback, but apparently he listens to all these net podcasts, and I would love for him to give feedback.
Right.
I thought like KD and that Nick thing would be perfect for trolling.
It's good that he's in touch with the fan base. He has to be. You know what I mean? It's just he's just there. You know what I mean? It's at the point. It was getting to the point. Now that they're kind of like righted the ship a little bit. It was getting to the point where it's like, how do you just keep these guys around? Just get rid of them and just like start over. You know what I mean? It's just now it's it's still going to be December 1st, and it's just
Kyrie looked
left.
decent. Kyrie was really good tonight. Like, got to give him credit. He was great
has his
tonight.
Ups and downs, his highs and
14
super
in
lows
the four is very, very Jekyll and Hyde.
That's a guy who doesn't care. He's just playing when he feels like it. You know what I mean? Like, especially at his level. This is level. Sorry, go ahead.
That would scare me. I mean, hearing it from the Knicks fan, but there is times where he disappears, and then there's times where he was engaged tonight. He was, like eye test, into it, getting to the basket, playing fast. He was engaged tonight. And you could see it. I mean, you could see it. You could clearly see it.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Do you think there's going to be a situation where the Nets do deal Kyrie this year?
No, I don't.
At this point, that moment's passed.
No, I think the moment's passed. I think things are going to be all right. I think it's just going to be about what happens on the court. Maybe I'm being
something else
optimistic,
happens.
but like I think it's over. I think that stuff's over. I do.
Okay.
I know we've always said something else will happen, and I'm on the record of this podcast. You go, 141, 138. Yeah, I'm sure I've said it, but in this moment, it does feel like that storm has passed. It's about basketball. But I could definitely be wrong on that.
Yeah, we'll see. So real quick, what are your thoughts on this weekend football? Jets Vikings, big game.
Yeah, that's a
Sunday.
Yeah, for the Jets, obviously coming off the huge game with Michael White playing out of his mind.
Mike White.
I know, I'm just pissing you off. Jets play incredible. They get the offense rolling and get what was basically could not have asked for as a Jet fan to have that kind of role reversal, to have that kind of win.
Amazing. Yeah.
They needed it. I'll be curious to see how Mike White plays in the next game after what we saw last year, which was another one of those brilliant on the spot moments. And then what had happened with getting hurt and just not being the same guy. This to me for the Jets, it's almost bigger than the game before because like Minnesota's a weird team.
But you're in Minnesota. That's a tough place to play, man.
And their secondary is awful. Like the Viking secondary is not good. So for the Jets, who have weapons offensively and now a stable quarterback, can they go out there and get points? And then They have a defense. No one can, guard Jefferson. No one can do it.
Sauce can. Yeah. Sauce can.
We'll see. It's going to be,
a sauce can. Yes.
it's like, I think if the Jets can score 30, they win. If they can't, Minnesota wins like a 24-21 or 27-24 game. Cause I think points will be scored. And I think the Jets will move the ball and just can they get over that top and win in that kind of environment? Minnesota's, I don't know. It's hard to.
They're such a weird team. One week they stomp out the Cowboys, and next week they lose. I mean they get stomped by the Cowboys, and the week before that they beat the Bills. It's just they're an up and down team. Guess the spread. Let's do my guess the spread on that game.
It's okay. This is my favorite segment.
Guess the spread.
All right, in Minnesota. What time is what time? Okay, 1 o'clock. Time matters.
Yes, it does.
With Kurt, 1 o'clock game in Minnesota. Jets off that big win. Minnesota gave up a ton of points to the Patriots. Shit, man. I would say Vikings minus, and I don't do the given and taken. I'm not that kind of guy. I do the -4.
-3 Vikings. Okay, so that's good. Now, before we get to your guess the spread for the Giants, what are your thoughts about the Giants this
against
weekend?
The Manders?
By the way, Jets for me, my thoughts, real quick. I think the Jets, it's going to be close. It's either going to be really, really close, or the Jets are going to get beat down, because this is one of those games where Mike White could see not see ghosts, but like one of those where like an early turnover and the Vikings get up quick, and I'm hoping. I love with Mike White. I was getting an erection watching that. It was like this is what is this?
I know it reached New Jersey.
yeah, exactly. And I was that was insane. So I'm excited, but I'm trying to ease it in there. Just if they win this game, then that Buffalo game in 2 weeks is going to be insane. So
I said it.
The Dolphins, I'll see quietly are on fire, winning a lot of games. So they're in first. So, but anyway, go ahead.
I said it before the Patriot game. I was like, the Jets are loaded.
Yeah,
I mean the Jets are loaded, and they've got weapons offensively, and they're overcoming these injuries. They just,
Elijah Moore woke up all of a sudden,
right? Because they hated the quarterback.
Yeah,
they hate him.
Yeah, and Mike White's just the bro. He's like one of the guys. He's got the
part of it.
Yeah,
he's part of it.
Part of the locker room.
The Giants are folding. You can see it in real time happening.
Really,
they don't have any talent, and they're depleted. Injuries are killing them. It's the opposite of the Jets, right? The Jets have talent. I mean, the Giants just they try hard, but the Manders. I think they're 6-1 in their last 7. I mean, they've played really good football. It's the Eagles. The Eagles only loss. At some point, you have to be like, okay, look at their record is 7-5 or whatever. But when you're 6-1 in your last 7 games, Taylor Heineke's played well, and they like him. They rally around him.
He's their Mike White.
They're like the Giants. They're like the Giants, but with better talent. But they play hard like that. For as much shit as Ron Rivera had and what's been going on, he's rallied this team. I think Washington wins again. I think that you're seeing the Giants. I think you're seeing the Giants.
Beginning of the end.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see it, and before you know it, the Giants are going to finish 8-9 or something like that.
Yeah, possibly. I thought it was going to rain. It's actually going to rain Saturday now. I don't think it's going to rain Sunday anymore. So what's my guess the spread
for this
one? Yeah,
Manders 1.5.
-1.5 for Manders. You're saying?
Yeah,
Manders -2.5. So you're wrong on both, but you're right there.
That's close. What do you want from me? I don't
wrong. I mean, you nailed one last week.
I gamble when the DraftKings promo code BWF, but I'm I'm not a shark. Is that what the term is? A shark?
Yeah.
Why don't they say you're a dolphin? You're a betting dolphin.
Well, once
I don't know. Dolphins can be intimidating. They're the best team in the AFC East.
I know. But what's funny? It's like the Dolphins before, I mean, not to get all historical, the Dolphins before Don Shula showed up were a joke, because they were like, who wants to go play for the Dolphins? Look at these really corny ass colors, and like you're a Dolphin. And now all of a sudden, years later.
Question for you. I love the Dolphin colors. Question for you. Evan Roberts brought this up on WFAN. Let's say the Jets make the playoffs. Mike White's not good. He's not fine. Would you want a year with Aaron Rodgers?
No, done. He's done.
You wouldn't want to take you have an
No.
offense, you have
No.
this defense, 1 year of Aaron Rodgers. Let's see what happens.
I'd rather Jimmy G than Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
Yeah. No, Aaron Rodgers is toast. I think he's going to retire. I think he needs to retire. I think he's over. It's over for him.
Would you? Okay.
That's that.
Right.
No,
I thought it was an
last year I would have done it. Last year, I would have been like, fuck Zach Wilson. Let's go get Aaron Rodgers. When that weird like fake trade rumor that Schefter brought up, remember the draft day? Is like, is Aaron Rodgers could be on the table, and it's like, bro, this is a report from like 3 months ago. Some like bullshit. Like he
okay.
like whatever. Okay. I don't want to talk about that story because nobody cares. But I was like, yo, go get him. Year before that, before the Deshaun Watson stuff went on, I was like, go get Deshaun Watson, like go get him, let's get a veteran. I'm done with these fucking rookies, and hoping and praying and now we got Mike White, let him rock. Let's see what happens. And then in this offseason, if he's not good, it doesn't show that he's that good, or if he's just average, then go get someone else, man. You're probably stuck with Zach Wilson for another year, but oh man, it's kind of like Zach Wilson is not the same, but it's kind of like Evan Fournier sitting on the bench making $20 million or whatever.
It's very different than Evan Fournier.
It's different. It's different.
Like Russell Wilson territory.
It's like Obi Toppin sitting on the bench, or RJ Barrett sitting on the bench. More like, but he's not. But either way, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm cautiously optimistic about the Jets, man. I was so excited about this last week. That was the most excited I've been about a Jets game in a long time, man.
As you should be. The Jets are playing good football, and I don't have any hatred.
It makes you dream, though, man. It makes you dream because, like, if Breece Hall wasn't hurt, man, can you imagine?
Oh, you didn't. Fuck you with that. I don't want to hear that. Go fuck yourself. If Breece Hall wasn't hurt, you know what? Don't tell me that, because I'll just go right to one goddamn series. Do not do that shit to me.
Zonovan Knight, though, man. Zonovan Knight.
No, I don't want to.
Bam Knight. Crushing it. Undrafted rookie. Whatever.
Kevin.
Not a rookie. Is he a rookie?
James
I don't know
Harden
what the hell he
and
is.
Kyrie Irving are healthy versus the fucking Bucks. I'm sitting here with a fucking ring on my finger, and the Nets would give me a ring.
No. Whatever. You're a Giants fan. You got some Super Bowls. You're a Syracuse fan. You got some championships.
I was a freshman the year Carmelo was there.
Yeah. So you got some I got zero, bro. I got zero. Jets, Mets, Knicks, zero in my life. Mets, I was 1.5 years old when they won their World Series, or almost 2 actually when they won in '86. That doesn't really count.
No,
that
doesn't count. It doesn't count. And the Knicks fans listening, when you're giving me the who has more titles, you do. But I've said this and no one's challenged me. Where were you when they won?
At least you were alive for the Nets off-season championships. You've got about 4 in the last 7 years. So since Brooklyn,
If the Nets won the title, if I said the Jets go to the Super Bowl but the Nets win the title, you take that?
Jets go to the Super Bowl but lose,
and then the Nets win the championship. That's a good one.
That's tough. But you're guaranteeing me a loss. So like,
but you don't know that
to me, Jets go to the Super Bowl, but I can't tell you who's going to win.
No, I can tell. I'm telling you who's going to win. I'm telling you who's going to win.
So they're
going to be the Manders.
I really would love to see a Jets in the Super Bowl. Just that week, it's just being like, hey, we're in the Super Bowl. We have that shot. I would love that. I've never had that. But
just answer the question.
I can't answer. I'm going to say no. I'd rather choose the Nets losing than the Jets going to the Super Bowl and losing. So if you're telling me the answer is a loss, yeah, of course. Why would I? I want to see the Jets in the Super Bowl. If you're telling me they're going to lose,
but that experience of the AFC, they go to they beat Belichick.
I'm going to go.
If
the Jets are in the Super Bowl. I'm there. If the Jets are in the Super Bowl, I'm there. So I'm 38 years old. I've never seen it.
I'll rephrase
the whole thing my whole life.
I'm
going to be in the building.
I'll rephrase it. 30% chance they win the Super Bowl.
Yes, I take it. I take that. Let the 25. 25. Any percentage.
1%.
1%. Give it to me.
Okay, so I'll say there's a 1% chance they win, but it means the Nets win the title.
Let the Nets win the title.
Okay.
Give me a 1% chance.
I'll take it. I'll give me the Jets in the Super. Better chance. Jets in the Super Bowl, Nets in the finals.
I said Nets in the finals.
How about that conversation? I'm throwing them out tonight.
The Jets in the Super Bowl is just I can't even fathom that. I kind of I got to see it to believe that shit. You know what I mean? So Yeah, Nets in the finals.
Okay. Well, you heard it. You heard it there. There's the cut. Cut that. Nets in the finals.
Yeah.
Alex is rooting for a net championship. I finally got him to do it.
What would you take a Nets finals appearance this year, and if the Knicks are going to win the next 2 championships?
You're saying it's just an appearance?
A 1% chance they win the finals this year.
No. I don't even think I would take a net title for the Knicks to win the next 2. I don't think I would want that.
Knicks dynasty, Mike, you would be done with the NBA if the Knicks had a dynasty, like a Warriors type dynasty.
I wouldn't. I used to not hate the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the Jeremy Lin era, I didn't even hate the Knicks.
The Jeremy Lin, the 2-week era, yeah.
The Carmelo era, the Lin era, the Tyson Chandler era.
Because there was nothing. The Nets were coming up, and
no Twitter existed.
Thing. It was still kind of like a different world. There was a budding rivalry at that time until the Nets fell off a cliff. That there was a little bit of juice in those first Brooklyn, Knicks games.
Yeah, it was fun.
Tyson Chandler had that big putback dunk on one of those games. It was like there was
Jason Kidd
juice
with the 3 in the foul.
Yeah, it stuck out his leg. that old Jason Kidd trick where they got the 4-point play before replay. He literally had his leg straight out. Like,
yeah.
That was great. Good times. Good times.
That was a good one for the Knicks. But yeah, we'll
all right. Well, good reminiscing with you.
Yeah, that was fun. All right. Well, last one. I got nothing left. This has been Bad Weather Fans, episode 147. Mike and Alex. Download, rate, review. Of course, watch us on YouTube as my heartburn hits hard.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and do that. It feels rough. Nets winners tonight. They defeat the Washington Wizards while the Knicks lose to the Milwaukee Bucks. And Nets have more on this homestand, and the Knicks have a couple home games as well. And we'll see where things stand next week. As
Mike fucking White. And
Enjoy
I don't know how the NFL did not flex the Jets into Sunday night next week. Jets Bills next week, but they didn't. I'm so tired of 1:00 games. I want to get a night game and chill out at night and watch the Jets. But okay, maybe another one. Keep winning and you'll get some primetime games. Okay.
It's just been so long. I think they don't know how to do it.
They don't trust it yet. Yeah. They don't trust it.
And they should. I mean, that would be a fun national
Josh
game.
Allen's banged up a little bit too. They don't know. They don't want to get a dud. Yeah. I don't know what they flexed it to. I forgot.
They're scared about it. All right. Bad Weather Fans, episode 147. Nets winners, Knicks losers, Nets winners. We'll see y'all next time. Alex, have a wonderful evening.
You too, sir.